The Industrial Revolution wasn't just a turning point in history, it was the spark that lit the modern world. From smoke-filled factories to global trade and urban sprawl, it transformed how we live, work, and connect. In this video, we'll break down how the Industrial Revolution changed the world forever. The world before the revolution. Before the 18th century, most people lived in rural villages, farmed their own land, and rarely traveled far from home. Life moved slowly, production was done by hand, and economies were mostly local. The spark. Britain in the 1700s. It all began in Great Britain. With abundant coal, iron, capital, and colonial wealth, Britain had the perfect ingredients. The invention of machines like the spinning jenny and steam engine changed everything. Steam power and factories. James Watt's improved steam engine-powered factories, trains, and ships. Suddenly, human and animal power weren't the limits. Production exploded and moved from homes to factories. The rise of urbanization. As factories grew, so did cities. Millions moved to urban centers for work. In just a few decades, cities like Manchester and Birmingham swelled beyond imagination. Transportation revolution, steam locomotives and iron railways transformed travel. Goods could move farther, faster, and cheaper. The first intercity railway opened in 1830, sparking a global rail boom. Global trade takes off, mass production needed mass markets. Britain and other industrial powers expanded colonial trade, bringing in raw materials and exporting finished goods across the globe. Changing lives at home. Homes now had cheaper clothing, soap, furniture, and even newspapers. But working-class life was grueling. Child labor, long hours, and poor living conditions were common. Inventions that changed everything. The cotton gin, telegraph, spinning frame, and mechanical loom revolutionized industry. Each invention made labor faster and more profitable, but also less personal. Birth of the middle class. The Industrial Revolution didn't just create millionaires, it created managers, shopkeepers, and skilled workers who formed a growing middle class with political influence. Education and literacy rise. Factory jobs required basic reading and math. For the first time, mass education became a priority. Literacy rates soared, fueling innovation and democracy, labor movements and worker rights. With industrialization came inequality. Workers began to organize, striking for better pay, safer conditions, and shorter hours. These early movements laid the foundation for labor laws. Environmental impact. Coal smoke filled the skies. Rivers turned black. The Industrial Revolution also marked the beginning of large-scale environmental damage, a legacy still felt today. The spread across the world. What started in Britain soon reached Europe, North America, Japan, and beyond. Each nation industrialized in its own way, but the impact was global. Second Industrial Revolution. By the late 1800s, electricity, steel, and chemicals powered a second wave. This era gave us the telephone, the light bulb, and the modern factory. Modern capitalism emerged. The Industrial Revolution reshaped economies. Stock markets boomed, banks expanded, and global capitalism began to take the form we know today. Women and workwomen entered factories in large numbers. Though underpaid and exploited, their economic roles expanded, setting the stage for future rights movements. Everyday innovations, mass-produced shoes, canned food, pocket watches, items once rare became everyday essentials. Convenience became the new norm. Medicine and public health, poor sanitation in industrial cities led to outbreaks, but also pushed advances. Sewer systems, vaccinations, and public hospitals began to emerge. Communication revolution. The telegraph turned weeks-long correspondence into instant messages. Information moved faster, bringing the world closer together. Legacy in the 21st century. We live in a digital age, but our roots are still industrial. The systems we rely on, mass production, urban living, global trade, began in smoke-filled factories 2 centuries ago. The Industrial Revolution didn't just change industry, it rewired civilization. What surprised you the most about this era? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to keep exploring the past that built our present, subscribe for more history deep dives.